All right, America. We have to discuss here a great idea presented by Congressman Larson on how cash should be distributed to seniors. That idea we discussed in the last film. Bill Social Security 2100 is seeking to get at least $440 a month extra for you seniors on Social Security. SSI, SSDI retired railroad representative payee, as well as those who are survivors. So many ideas are emerging right now, including the one Senator Bernie Sanders has to get an additional $200 out to you, so I don't want this money out of this proposal. Want to keep you up too much as we have a long film to review to provide you excellent information on all 14 changes Congress is trying to pass to send monies your way. One of those adjustments is the $440 monthly raise for seniors, long overdue for Congress to act. The president has proposed this. Democrats have a proposition. All we have to do is vote if you got a better concept. By for all means put it out there, but if you don't at least let a vote to take place, so you may minimally help out the people in your district. On average, every Congress member receives more than $200 million monthly for your district. So, there is no greater economic development strategy for the residents of your district based on where they will be spending that money. Riches on social guarding security. The average for a guy is $18,000. For a female is $14,000. For more than 5 million of our fellow Americans, you are proposing checks from the richest nation in the world below poverty level. While we're talking of tax cuts, cuts for the extremely rich, the top 1%, and won't even take care of the 5 million people who have paid into a system and get below poverty level checks. Arning. I pointed to him the 23 million Americans who would get a tax cut under the Democratic proposal and asked him, how about we look at working Americans and get them a tax cut in their retirement instead of taxing them twice for Social Security? 23 million Americans will immediately gain from our proposed scheme. President Biden has indicated that we would pay for this as well by removing the cap on those producing all. Now grasp this, as Linda Sanchez mentioned in the committee the other day, for those costly professional football or baseball players. For a baseball player, he's done paying Social Security after his first ATEP bat. Over $400,000 currently. While the rest of America keeps paying into the system, 7 million millionaires and billionaires entirely evade the law and pay nothing into Social Security, while those men and women who defend this country, the police, firefighters, and school teachers, many of whom have been twice victims of weapons. GPO, we revoke weapons. General public opinion. Considering a vote, let us begin the first one, Mr. Speaker. This is stated differently. The method they determine your cost of living adjustment is based on the incomes of those individuals who are working. Thus, they want to prevent future reductions on the average pay index. Second, they seek to modify the earn credit so that, should the average pay drop in the United States, it does not affect the computation of the cost of living adjustment. For caregivers, in other terms right now, for individuals who started their Social Security at 62, and you're taking care of a loved one, you should continue to earn credit because you didn't expect it, to having to take care of your loved one and retire early, so they want you to be able to get job credit the exact same manner you did before you start getting your Social Security payments. If once you reach that specific age number 3, you are a caregiver who will still be eligible to collect greater Social Security. They wish to eliminate disability waiting time, waiting 5 months for your disability. Benefits is uncalled. For they want to reduce it down to a month, number 4. They want to eliminate disability earning cliff. That means those of you who on disability and are working your first 36 months, 'cause you are depending on disability. Sort of probation, I'm referring to those of you on disabilities who work. If you make $1 extra, you could forfeit all your benefits. The Social Security 2100 Act states that this is inappropriate, and they will adjust where you need not be concerned about, that you may keep your perks. Raise the minimum Social Security benefits here. We are discussing a $440 monthly hike, since they wish people to leave poverty. Those of you who receive Social Security payments but do not even make $2,180 a year should ensure you get at least 125% above the poverty. Typical Social Security beneficiary is going to have to receive an extra $440 per month. Number 6 is alternative survivor benefit calculations. That means instead of you getting 50% rate, in order for them to achieve that, of your benefits and 50% of your lost spouse or died spouse benefits. You want to move it up to 75% of the spouse's benefits and the deceased spouse's benefits. You'll be able to get 75%. That's. Regarding this plan, what will they be working on? Number 7. Calls for a higher benefit rise. If you have been on Social Security for 15 years, for those who have been on Social Security for 15 years, then years commencing year 16, you will get an automatic 1% rise. Likewise, that means that in year 17, you will get a 2% increase. 18, and on forth all the way up to 20, that does not even discuss. Let's go to number 8. They want to eliminate the web in the GPO calculator, in other words, or even consider into the cost of living adjustment you will get on top of that. People whose windfall elimination provisions also apply to the government pension offset. If you are a police officer, a school teacher, or someone else receiving it, I am just going to dissect it. Any type of government pension you now have is eating into your Social Security benefits. Either they want to eliminate that or restrict the amount your pension can affect your Social Security income. Additionally, number 9, they aim to raise the eligibility for children's benefits. It claims that children of retired, disabled, and dead employees who attended full-time schools until the age of 19 get benefits they want to modify. To where the clauses apply for individuals who are either full-time students or part-time students, all the way up until the age of 26 years old, thus, all the way up until 2027, they desire many young people who are enrolled full-time or part-time to be able to benefit if they are a child of someone who is retired, disabled, or dead. Number 10, do not realize that grandchildren today can benefit from grandparents who are presently benefiting. Given the biological parents must be either dead or incapacitated, now if you a grandparent par and if you are receiving at least 1/2 or at least 51% of their support, housing shelter close your grandchildren under custody for 12 months will be entitled to get benefits. Advantages today as well. They do not have to wait till their parents are disabled or dead. Number 11. Let's just look at the chart. Right now, the taxable wages it went from $142,000 a year. Another way to put it is that someone must contribute towards Social Security. I think I'm not mistaken. A person would have to pay into Social Security up to $161,000 a year, but beyond that, $161,000 annually. That gap comes right there. You don't have to pay anymore. The Elon Musks and all the multimillionaires and billionaires Senator Bernie Sanders is always talking about that need to pay their fair part the way it's set up. They don't have to pay anything after $161,000, but with the current idea, they won't have to pay up to $146,000 or $161,000, but rather their intended approach leaves a gap they must pay for now, but it kicks back in as soon as they reach the stage when they are producing $400,000 a year, where you begin making payments toward your FICA. That's what they wish to achieve with both the current and upcoming proposals. Number 12 changes Social Security benefit taxation for those on Social Security, and you are still working. You know that, should you be a single person, the way they currently set things up is either over 62 years old or 67 years old, or even 70. And if you make more than $225,000 annually, and you are a family that makes or joint and you pay $32,000 a year, you pay no taxes on your benefits. If you work part-time and make $32,000 annually, you pay taxes on your benefits. One who is alone falls between $25,000 and $34,000. A couple falls between $32,000 and €44,000. 50% of that is taxes the way they want it in the new proposal. Hence, they want if you make from $0 to $35,000, either individually or in couples. $50,000 you pay 0 taxes, you don't have to worry about taxes. Yet, if you are a working person single and you make $35,000, or you are a couple with more than $50,000, 85% of the benefits are taxable. 13 is modify the annual cost of living calculator they wish to use from what it is right now. The CPIW, which, since there are things that are not being computed, and the CPIW that seniors have to deal with, is the Consumer Price Index for Workers, or CP? Nevertheless, the CPE will take into account what seniors have to pay for annually compared to what normal daily workers who haven't retired yet have to bear in mind. And number 14 overall, they just basically aim to increase Social Security payments. The cost of living adjustment just does not keep up with inflation at all. Hence, everyone wants everyone to start getting more than what they are already getting. These are the things in which we live, which they are trying to highlight in this new proposal. We know from previous proposals that you never get all you wish for, but if they receive majority of what they want with this proposal, it would alter. Let's hope that so many retired seniors can pass through. We will keep you informed so you may know what is happening when it comes time.